Hey guys, what's up? It's me, James, and welcome to my 100th video. That's right, I am finally on my 100th video after 2 years of uploading videos. Yeah, I'm here now. Now for this video, for my final video, my final video for at least a few at least a few months, maybe even weeks, at least a few weeks. I will be showing off some worlds. First one is over here. This world. This world basically used a command to like spam villages everywhere. I think it was like slash um slash slash structure, I think. Hang on, slash place, yeah, slash place structure, and then I just spammed a bunch of villages. I think village plains, yeah. Yeah, and then see, boom. And then that's basically what I did. I just did it all the times, that's why you see a lot of paths and houses overlapping. Now the reason I did this, I just wanted to record a video with a cool background. As you may remember from that one video where I just ran around explaining things like a retrospective, and yeah. I just did this, so I just thought it was kinda cool. Which I guess it kinda was. Did some hay bales spawn in like inside a blacksmith? Why is there water Oh, that's decent loot. Okay. Yeah. So this world was pretty fun, I guess. Now on to the next world. That being my second channel world. Yep, that's right. This is the channel, the world which I record all my JW Random Adventures video, as well as my In Defense of Birch video. And I must tell you, I've changed my mind on Acacia for a little bit now. I guess it's kind of unique. I mean, the tree definitely looks awesome. That's all I really have to say. And anyway, over here. So here's the 4 videos. Over here. Hang on. So over here, here's the first one, the doors video. I'm just gonna run through this to quickly show you. Yeah, that was fun. Over here is the birch video. Well, not the in defense of birch, the birch video where I just basically ran around placing birch blocks. Here's one for the farm. And here's the mob grinder, which is actually still working, as you can see. And one thing really cool about this one is that I didn't notice this until after I respawned, after I started recording respawn. From the looks of it, I think like 1 or 2 pieces of TNT actually flew up and completely destroyed one of the bottom section of one of the canals. Water canals, I mean. And look, since the water was already placed like this, the water's just flowing like this. That's that's actually pretty cool. Come on. You can't tell me that this ain't cool. Come on. Alright, so that's that world. Also, I spawn-proofed a lot of lime chunks in the surrounding area. Yeah, so I could get like good spawns out this grinder. That's pretty cool. Alright, on to the next world. Which will be my first ever completed Skyblock 2.1 world. That's right, here it is. It's kinda cool. Yeah, I made this for my 80th video, I'm pretty sure. Well, not made this, I said show this for my 80th video. It's pretty cool. I have this bridge all the way to mainland. This is kinda cool. And then I'm pretty sure I settled in like a village over here. Hang on, Hang on, I know there's supposed to be a Skywalk tour, I think. Oh yeah, this village. You know, let's see if I can find my boat here. I know I'm getting very sidetracked, I'm sorry. Nope, not here. Right. Anyways, back to the island. So, I already did a tour. If you want to see it too, you can watch that video. But really summarize, I just thought this would be a cool video to make, just to show off an old island. Which I guess it is. Yeah, unfortunately never got any passive mobs to spawn. Anyways, on to the next world. The Penguins' Skyblock world. Yep, that's right. The Penguins' Skyblock world. Already did a tour on this, so I won't go in depth to that, just watch that video. Alright, now there is one more world I will show. That being my Skyblock 1.0 world, which I haven't actually finished yet. I did a lot of work off camera, and I'm actually gonna finish that now. So, let's jump right to that. Alright, here I am. This world still needs to be finished. However, as you noticed, I've done a lot, and I mean a lot of work off camera. First of all, I filled in the last few platforms. Second of all, I added this cool stone brick pattern along the side. Looks like a giant crafting table texture. I built roofs for the farms. The tree farm, aka the forest. And for this farm over here, my other farm. And you might remember I've actually gotten a chicken farm. Well, I got 2 chicken zombies at one point with this. Basically, I was just slashing away like this. And then I just got 2 chicken zombies. Hang on, let's just kill this witch. Oh yeah, no, iron, nice. And, well... yeah, oh. Wrong chest. Yes, here it is. I moved the chicken farm. Well, not really. Hang on, let me just... I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. Okay, so I was here, killing some mobs, and then... I got 2 chicken zombies. I then trapped them, ended up dying twice in process. And then where we left off, there's a small pin here. During my off-camera adventures, I managed to transport that chicken farm and move it over here. That's pretty cool. Oh, and look, as soon as I run in here, boom, eggs. So, what will I be doing in this last video? Well, I'll be completing this island. And to do that, there's one thing I have to start with. First of all, my infinite water source is looking a bit bland in comparison to everything else, like the small lake, chicken farm, the grinder, you know. So, let me just do something cool with this. So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab a bunch of cobblestone. I did a lot of cobblestone mining off camera, as you can see. So, let's do... I want to build another separate platform that looks like this. So, let me do that really quickly. Okay, that is done. Now, you might be wondering, why does this look so goofy? Well... honestly, it's design. Trust the design, okay? And second question, why is infinite water source around like this? Well, why is there just a flat area here? And the reason for that is, that's where my house is gonna go. That's right. I only have 3 blocks of sand. Therefore, considering I've used, I only started 9. I only started with like 9 blocks of sand, and like 6 of them is here. 2 cactus and like the sugarcane. So I'm only gonna get 3 blocks of glass, which means I am not going to be, I will not have a big house. Cause a large house with only 3 blocks of glass, that's just gonna look, weird, okay? So, I already have a bit of a design I think will look well for the house. Let me just grab some blocks. Then I have some stone saved up because I want to use stone bricks. So let's start. Well, I'm thinking I want to do like I want to make my house look more 3D, if that makes sense to you. So I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so I'm gonna make a few stone bricks. That's a lot. Just gonna like going from like the center here, then just go around like this. Okay, this looks cramped as this looks very cramped, but please trust me. Think I'm gonna have to like go a bit higher. I'm gonna need a lot more of these stone bricks. Gonna need to cut out some holes for the glass to make this look less cramped. Okay, so one there, and one there. How does that look? Kinda weird. But it's okay, we can work with this. We can build on this. Okay. Now, this is gonna be a very small house. No, don't worry, before you say anything, my other stuff will be left like outside. Will be left like outside. Or like this platform here, I want to make into like my furnace chest and crafting table storage. So my house is just gonna have my bed in it. So let me just get the glass windows. Okay, I'll work on that later. As for now, let's get this thing done. Now I don't know how I want to shape like the roof. I think I'm just gonna go for more stone. Oh, okay, that looks weird. Maybe like a slopey roof, I think that would work. So what if we move the windows up one? How would that look? No, I like to be able to look out the windows, so maybe down. Hang on, I'm just gonna come up with a cool roof design and then I'll cut back when that's done. Okay, so this is the design I have for it so far. I think it's looking nice. So my thought process right now is like, so the stairs will like loop up. Actually, I think I just had a better idea for the stairs. Hang on, is there a way I can position this correctly? Boom. Boom. Okay, that's looking nice. Alright, so they go up this way, and then I'll place a door here. Yeah, let me just do that. Boom. And then the inside's still a work in progress, as you can see. I have to come up with like a cool flooring for it. And the roof is looking okay, I guess. Actually, wait, I just have an idea. I just had an idea. I got a lot of iron from this iron farm. I'm thinking, what if I... Hang on, not an iron block. Let me get some nuggets. Let me just make a lantern. Boom. That was cool. Actually, wait. What do I make a chain? How would that look? Oh yeah, that's looking nice. That's looking nice. Now, as for everything else, I'm gonna have to decide for like a cool flooring to place in here. I don't want to go for a boring wood floor. Not like undermining wood floors in any way. I just don't think wood floors. I just think I could go for something better. I'm thinking, what? Whoa, I have a lot of string, right? So let's say I make a bunch of wool. Then I like, hang on, get rid of this one. It looks like a carpet. Yeah, it does. Like a carpet. So then, if I place a bed here, and then some stands on the side. Oh yes. Okay, got it. Now I don't want this to be like boring old. Hang on, I'm just gonna make some shears. I have the iron. I'm gonna make shears. I'm not gonna make like. I'm not gonna keep it white. I want to make it like a cooler color. Maybe if I make it alternating, who knows? Now, what would look nice? Maybe a red, a blue, some grass. I can do that. I'm just gonna bone meal, get a bunch of flowers, and then see how that works out. Okay, I got a little bit from that short bone mealing session. I can turn this into a red dye, and then and then I can make red wool from this. Now I don't know how much I want to make, but just see how this looks. So let's say I place this along here, maybe. Don't know if I should go for any like other colors. But then again, not like I have other colors to work with. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go. You know what? I'm just gonna go all red. Place the bed. You know, I'm gonna re-dye the bed as well. Think I'll go for a different color. Maybe if I grab this. Grab this. Combine these. Hang on. Oh no, that doesn't work. Orange bed. Yeah, you know, that's cool. hold up. How do you make candles? Honeycomb and string. Wait, it's an idea. I got these shears. Looks like there's no honey yet. Don't know where the bees went. Yeah, I think it needs to be like filled for me to harvest it. So that's gonna take a while. If they do end up getting filled in the near future, then I'll definitely be sure to harvest it all in these bottles. Tastes awesome. Anyway, I still need this. Alright. So back to the house. Let's just place the glass in these boxes. Okay, that looks nice. Now, I have an idea. Has this finished decaying or hasn't? If I like grab a bunch of these. Tree leaves. Which shouldn't take too long whatsoever. Okay. So let's use these and place them on the side. I want to see how this looks. Is that looking nice? How does this look? Maybe like this? Wait a second. Oh, there's a plane spawn over here. Cool. Actually, wait, what about, what if I grab like stone bricks? No, what about chiseled stone bricks? Now, how would that look? Okay, it's not too bad. Though the front's looking a bit bland, that's for sure. Maybe if I grab two of these. And place them at the front here. Okay, and then leaves. You know what? That looks nice. I'm just gonna go. Oh. I'm just gonna go with it. I think that's the best way to go for it. I think that's the best way to do this. Alright. And that marks the last two challenges complete. With the house being finished being built. There is one more platform that is still empty that I believe we should work on. And if you heard me talking in the past whatever that's it, heard me talking, that works. That's grammatically correct, but same time feels weird saying. Alright. Basically, I'm gonna be making this the giant storage area. Now, how am I gonna do this? First of all, I want to migrate all these ferni, all the fernis, yeah, the ferni to this area over here. Okay, pretend it's not first on top. I think that would work as like a cool thing. Hey, it's a fly on my desk. Okay, yeah, this is gonna take some time to think about. I'll be back. Okay, so here's the design for the chest area so far. I think it's looking pretty cool. Now, you might notice that there are 6 chests missing. Oh yeah, they're scattered around the map, and we want to move all these to that area. Like this part. So let's start doing that. Well, stone cutter. First of all, the stone cutter. That's obviously gonna... I don't know where to put this thing. Maybe like there. And the crafting table. I'm going to move that somewhere here as well. I think I'll put, that there. Yeah, looks cool. The rest of the chest will go there. Stone cutters there. Actually, you know what? I just had an idea. If I grab this, and then made another stone cutter. Now we have dual stone cutters. You place them here. Nah, maybe if I just... Maybe if I just place them on the side. And then stone bricks. Yeah, that looks nice, that looks nice, that looks nice. Now, for the rest of these chests. Alright, y'all. Bit of a jump, but as you can see, there are no more chests. I've moved them all in here. I've designated ones for designated like chests for each. Like there's like cobblestone, cobblestone slabs, other cobblestone stuff, iron related stuff, food stuffs, charcoal, old dyes and flowers, queen seeds, sugarcane, cactus, melons and pumpkins. That's gonna be for saplings. And here's like all the mob drops chests. Oh, that one's leather. Like this, and the mushrooms, logs, and miscellaneous wood types. Now, for the composter, gonna move this to over here. Should I go in the ground? Maybe it looks better in the ground, who knows? You know what, yeah, I think it looks better in the ground. And this chest so empty, we can finally clear out this chest. And we can place it in this last slot. Another thing, I'm gonna dedicate this to bread. That's right. That's one of the challenges is to craft some bread. And there is the some bread. The island looks pretty complete, however, there are a few things I'd like to do. First of all, I want to add a wall around the whole place. So let's do that. And the wall is now done. Honestly, there is one more platform that, you know, still needs something, which is the spawn. This is the main spawn, so I want to add, like, some form of cool design around the outside to make go well. Now, for the wall blocks, I originally wanted candles here, but I'm just going to place some torches there. I think they give off, well, not the same effect, but I think they work just as well, considering this is not going to spawn me anything. Well, this hasn't spawned me anything, and it probably won't. But that's okay. Alright, so I want to create, like, some form of, like, cool archer. A few cool arches along here, outside, along this thing. I want to use that, I want to use it of a mixture of, like, no, okay, yes, oak planks and the, what do you call these, stone bricks. Oh, sorry, oak logs and stone bricks. Now, this is going to be a complicated build, so I might need to grab a few extra, need some fences. Yeah, I think fences, and I'm gonna probably start to cook a few more stone bricks. Okay, I've been doing a bit of experimenting here and there, and not sure where to go off from here. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It looks cool. It looks cool like that. I'm happy with it. I think it looks cool like this. You know, I'm okay. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. I'm sticking to this design. Okay, guys. The island, I can tell you, is officially finished, and now it's time for a tour. So, let's start. Here's the spawn block. I added a cool design here. I think it looks pretty cool. There's like this wall part, which I'm pretty happy with. I added some plants at the end. I think it looks cool. Here is the forest, which isn't looking too shabby. It looks quite nice. Over here, here's the house with like the bed and the carpet and like the stands on each side, which I think is pretty cool. Around, you'll notice the infinite water source. Well, one of the infinite water source on this island. Here is the storage area with the crafting table and all the chests with all the stuff filled in. Over here, here's the small lake. Over here, you'll find a chicken farm filled with eggs. Over here, here's the mob grinder. Over here, there is the amazing cobble gen, where you can just sit at these two blocks. Or these two, doesn't matter. Probably these two as well. Where you can just sit here and just mine and mine for blocks. A grind on this gen. And this design, I must say, is quite nice. You see? And lastly, here's the mushroom farm, where you can just get a stack of bone meal, and then I can just grow them. Somehow. Like that. And like that. There's the mushroom farm. Tree farm. Yeah, we went through that, though, the forest, I should say. And lastly, here's the farms. Here are all the farms. There's the cactus farm, sugarcane farm, one melon, one pumpkin growth, and a very tiny wheat farm. I think this turned out okay. This is a really nice island. Now, you might be asking yourselves, well, probably asking me, James, now what? The island is all finished, so now what? Well, honestly, I think it's time we leave this island and head to another place. Yep, that's right. I think it's time we join up to the mainland and start a new series. Nice. Here's one last look of the overall island before I finally bridge off to the mainland. I've said that way too many times now, but now it's happening for real. I guess like my favorite build of the series are probably the mob grinder was cool. The farm was cool. The house, honestly, you know, I'm just gonna go for the house. Actually, no, not the house. The center part. The center part looks awesome, right? Come on, the center part is awesome, right? I mean, well, who am I kidding? Of course it is. Now, future plans for the YouTube channel. Well, definitely I'm gonna edit the videos way better. Other plans will include... You know what? I'm gonna... You know what? Just say it now. Oh, I'm gonna start a survival world. Of course. I think I'll do that. Because I've always been doing is playing Skyblock. I've had like one world that wasn't Skyblock. So, yeah. I'm gonna start a survival world. The water's coming into view. There's the water. Now, there is one thing I'll do while I'm here. Actually, put a torch. Alright, now all my stuff I'm just gonna throw in here. Okay. now I'm on my own. So now, what am I gonna do from here? Well, honestly, I don't know if I'll even join this world again, so I'm not so sure. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up the series and the first season of my YouTube channel. Alright guys, James, thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and bye for now.